It begins with a melody, deep, triumphant, unforgettable. For nearly 5 decades, this anthem echoed across Red Square, through stadiums, classrooms, and battlefields. But behind the stirring music lies a far more complex story. A story of revolution, war, propaganda, and power. From its early roots in the Internationale to the silence that followed Stalin's fall, from rewritten verses under Brezhnev to its resurrection under Putin, the Soviet anthem has survived regime changes, censorship, and collapse. In today's first podcast episode, we uncover how a single piece of music became the voice of an empire, and how that voice changed with history. This is Echoes of the Red Empire podcast, and today, the anthem that wouldn't die. The history of the national anthem of the Soviet Union is a symbol in transition, from international revolution to national pride. The Internationale is a song of global uprising. It's all about the revolutionary spirit of internationalism. After the October Revolution of 1917, the Internationale became the official anthem of the Soviet Union. This French socialist battle song, written in 1871, was chosen because it symbolized the international solidarity of the working class. Its lyrics called for the overthrow of capitalism and the building of a classless society. For Lenin and the Bolsheviks, the USSR was only the beginning of a global revolution. A national anthem didn't quite fit. The Soviet Union saw itself not as a country, but as the vanguard of a worldwide workers' movement. However, by the 1930s, this revolutionary focus shifted. Under Joseph Stalin, the USSR became increasingly a centralized superstate rather than a revolution exporter. Emphasis turned toward national unity, patriotism, and military strength. The Internationale was seen as too global, not uniquely Soviet. In 1943, during the height of the Great Patriotic War, also known as World War II, Stalin ordered the creation of a new national anthem. The goal was clear: to inspire, unite, and mobilize the Soviet people, and to glorify Stalin himself as the father of victory. The new anthem from 1944 is Stalin's musical propaganda weapon. It's composed by Alexander Alexandrov, founder of the Red Army Choir, Alexandrov Ensemble, known for grand, stirring music. Sergei Mikhalkov and Gabriel L. Registan wrote a text that praised both Lenin and Stalin, presenting the USSR as a harmonious federation led by the Communist Party. The melody was solemn, powerful, and easy to sing, perfect for schools, parades, and state ceremonies. The anthem became an effective tool of state propaganda, reinforcing the cult of Stalin and the unity of the republics under Moscow's leadership. After Stalin's death in 1953, his successor Nikita Khrushchev launched a period of de-Stalinization. In his 1956 secret speech, he denounced Stalin's crimes and the personality cult that surrounded him. As a result, the anthem's lyrics were officially removed. Only the instrumental version remained. The music survived, but the words were silenced. For over 20 years, the Soviet Union had a wordless national anthem, a rare phenomenon. It was a political balancing act, distancing the regime from Stalin while keeping intact the patriotic symbolism of the anthem's melody. In 1977, during the Brezhnev era, the USSR adopted a new constitution and decided to reintroduce lyrics to the anthem. Once again, Sergei Mikhalkov, the original lyricist, was asked to write them. This new version removed all references to Stalin, focused on Lenin as the ideological founder, emphasized the Communist Party, unity of the peoples, and the march toward communism. Though less controversial, this version still served as an ideological tool, reinforcing Soviet values and state control. After the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, the anthem was no longer used. Russia temporarily adopted a new anthem without lyrics, using a modern melody by composer Mikhail Glinka. But in 2000, under President Vladimir Putin, the old Soviet melody was officially reinstated as the national anthem of the Russian Federation, with a brand new set of lyrics, once again written by Sergei Mikhalkov, now in his 80s. This new Russian text dropped all references to communism or the party and focused on homeland, pride, and national heritage. Reusing the Soviet melody was a strategic choice. Many Russians felt nostalgic toward the tune. It was widely recognized, emotionally resonant, and musically majestic. It symbolized historical continuity during a period of national identity rebuilding. The Soviet anthem is a powerful example of how music can function as a political instrument, a symbol of state power, a vehicle for propaganda, a cultural glue for diverse ethnic groups, a mirror of ideological change. It changed lyrics 3 times, but never its melody. A metaphor for how the Soviet and later Russian state evolved while clinging to symbols of strength and unity. The Soviet anthem is more than a melody. It tells a story of power and propaganda, ideology and national identity, the tension between continuity and transformation. To this day, it remains one of the most recognizable, iconic, and politically charged anthems in the world. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Got any feedback, questions, or suggestions? Feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. See you next time.